sunny Saturday here in San Francisco. I'm on my bike cruising. Photo Week in Seattle just wrapped up, and as part of that Photo Week, first of all, thank you so much for tuning in. It was incredible. About 100,000 you tuned in from all over the world. But I gave a keynote, and part of my keynote I had folks who were creators, photographers, designers, folks who were making videos and films, had them on the stage and tried to help them break through with their biggest challenges breaking into their industry, whatever that was. And there was a woman named Sarit who had what I think is a problem that all of us have. And I wanted to just quickly, actually, you know what, I should probably get off my bike. How about I'll just cut to the video of she and I talking on stage, and I'll share with you a little bit about how I think we can all break through. And again, you're Israel, just moved here to Seattle. You've been here for a little bit, and you got a background as
trade exhibition designer, project manager.
And what do you think your biggest challenge is?
Wow.
Or how can I help you unlock?
Okay. So my passion for photography has been for so many years. I've actually went through so many fields. Mm-hmm. And my passion and my heart is travel photography, landscape, and I'm a people's person. Okay. And I'm trying to figure out, what do I do? How do I take my passion and make it into a business and hopefully still enjoy it? Yep. Yeah, and yeah, what niche is there for me? Great.
I can't answer that for you.
I know.
And I think this is a really important thing. The answers, by and large, are not out there. Would you be willing to do anything?
No, no,
okay, then.
No.
See? No. But she listed like 5 things at first, right? It sounded like everything. So here we go. We're peeling back the onion.
Wow. Yeah, so what's most enjoyable for me is to travel and take pictures.
Got it.
Of landscapes and of people. Okay. So there you go. That's my passion. But, got it. Okay, so my dream for many years ago. Yes, it takes me time.
Yeah, but it takes everybody time, and this is what I love. And I'm not even actually saying anything. You're just unpeeling it yourself. This is beautiful. Okay, your dream. Okay, my dream for a very long time ago was to be a National Geographic photographer. Do you think she can do that? Okay. Go ahead.
But then again, you know, there are other things like family that's at home. Yep. So I don't know if I can go for 3 months to Antarctica and, you know, film there, even though, wow, that's a big dream. Yep. So yeah, so this will be bits here and there, and yeah.
Here's a couple. This is beautiful. Okay, the fact that you were willing to say, oh, I like all this stuff, and then I like this, and here's what I actually want to be. I want to be a National Geographic photographer. Let me ask this. What do you expect to accomplish? Is it internal? Is it external? Why do you want to be a National Geographic photographer?
I'd like to uncover part of the world that others might not have seen. Got it. A little adventure in there. I sent you moved from Israel to Seattle. That's pretty good adventure. I'm all about adventures. My passions are all adventures. I'm out there anywhere. Tell me a little bit about your family, and I'll try and help you figure out how you can be a National Geographic photographer, still see your family, and still go over the world. It's doable. This is we laugh, but this is the level of specificity that it requires. If you say, I want to be a wedding photographer, you don't know how, you don't know where, you don't know what, you don't know how much to charge, it's very unlikely that you're going to go there. So I want to hone in on, okay, how important is your family? Obviously, you can't say they're not important at all. It's only between me and you right now.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Just me and you.
No, my family's, of course, very important. I have 3 children.
Okay.
But then again, they're all for my passions, and so is my husband. So my previous work, I traveled a lot all over the world to supervise the building of these exhibitions.
Got it. So travel, yeah, you've been traveling.
I've been traveling, and I've been away from home. Okay. Not 3 months, though, so there's the thing.
Okay, I don't think you need to be around for 3 months, and I don't think you need to go straight from 0 to National Geographic.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so we're going to take some baby steps. We know what you want to do. You want to photograph, sounds like indigenous people and beautiful landscapes in places that are remote, and you want to uncover those places and help other people see things they've never seen before. Okay? Yep. I want you to write that down. Because that's the thing that you actually want. When someone asks you what you want, you need to be able to understand, visualize, and articulate the things you actually want, and that's what you want. Okay, so that's step one. Step two is figuring out how to make that work. It sounds like your family is very willing to support you in being gone for a little bit. So at first, what can you do tomorrow to document a travel, document a trip, and share it with a local blog? What can you do to create some sort of a story at a level that you know that you can operate at? Have you communicated and participated in the photography community? Does everyone in your world know that you want to be a travel photographer?
I believe so.
Okay,
I believe, yeah, they all know I want to go after my passion.
Great.
They all know I like travel, so if you put them together, I guess, yeah.
Great. Do some people who might be willing to hire you know that? That's where we're in a gray area, maybe.
Okay, no.
Okay, right. You have to actually be able to convince the person who's sitting across from you. They're going to make a bet. It's going to be $2,500 in expenses, and it's going to be a $5,000, $1,500 a day for 3 days, $4,500. So it's going to be a $10,000 deal. And if they spend $10,000 on a photographer they don't really know that much, and you come back and you don't deliver, what happens to them? They get in trouble. So they're making bets on you. And if you have resisted putting yourselves in the position, and this goes for everybody, if you have resisted putting yourself in the position of the people who are hiring you and thought about what's really on the line, their ass is on the line. Okay, so what can you do to find out the things that are blockers for them? Take it out of the way. I've never shot rodeos. I grew up on a farm. I mean, don't lie. You have to actually have grown up on a farm. But whatever it is that can help get you that assignment. And here's the body of work. Of course, my horse collection. I grew up on a farm. I lived in Montana. I know all the people at the rodeo. And again, your work is the get in the door thing. That's how you even got to sit down with this person. And do they know who you are? Do you follow them on Instagram? Do they follow you on Instagram? Have you shared your work with them? Do you send them mailers? This is good.
Well, yeah. What I have done, though, I have put up my first website as a photographer a few months ago, and I said, that's going to ignite my business, maybe.
Right.
Anyway, so I got the past 2 days wonderful critiques of my portfolio,
yep.
And I understand I need to switch around everything. I have stories to tell.
Yes.
I have stories to tell from India. I've had actually an exhibition in Israel with my photos from India.
Yep.
And I have more stories to tell from different parts of the world. And I should actually put it in series and stories and not like landscape, nature, studio, have it reorganized. And then maybe go out with it.
I'm useless up here. No, but sometimes it's the dialogue that actually gets you to unlock that. The fact that you're able to be so aware. I also went to your website. It's beautiful. Congratulations. I think you should not worry about the studio stuff. Big problem that I see from the folks on the stage and quite a bit in the photography community is you try and be everything to anybody because you just want to make $500 with a camera. I get it. I get it. Every single person in this audience has been there. If you've ever wanted to make $1 with the camera, you're willing to sure, roadkill, I'll photograph it. Whatever it is. And I would like you to resist that. And so even just I was listening to you talk about you want to lead with your India travels. I didn't even know you traveled to India, right?
6 times.
6 times. We want you to be the India photographer for National Geographic. And you're laughing. This is the closest shot, the nearest thing, the distance between where you are right now and where you want to be. National Geographic photographer, I don't need to go anywhere for 3 months. I need to go somewhere for 3 days, is right there. You need to be de facto the person who is the India expert, and you can do that. It's this close. If you repositioned your entire point of view around A, travel, and B, India in particular, your obsession with the people, with the culture, and that you know that different and better than 99% of the people out there, you're that much closer to winning. All right, so back to Sarit's video. I think her problem, again, I don't think there's that many problems. I think we all have a lot of the same problems. I think in particular what Sarit figured out on stage, or what we helped her uncork, is that she hadn't actually defined what her dream was. It took us a long time to actually get her to say, you know what my real dream is? And I think people do that for a couple reasons. One, because they're scared to put it out in the world because their dream's too big or too weird, or they're going to be judged. I can tell you that if you can't actually say what your dream is, it's gonna be very hard for you to achieve it. So more than anything, that's your job, right? Is you gotta figure out what that dream is, and when you figure it out, you have to put it down in writing and be as specific as you can. You know, she went from like, I wanna be a photographer, a travel photographer with landscapes and people, and she wants to work for National Geographic, focused on India, specifically documenting its peoples and bringing those stories to the rest of the world. Like, the difference between her wanting to be a photographer and that is 100 miles towards, you know, focusing her energy on what she wants to do. And I think it's really powerful. And right now, if you're saying, well, I don't actually know what it is that I want to do, that's fine. So many people don't. I think you should experiment. I think you should play. I think you should goof off and try lots of things. And, you know, ask your friends, what is it that you're good at, and lean into that. I think the belief that you're going to just get it right on the first time, I think, is fiction. So don't put so much pressure on yourself if you don't know what that thing is. The most important thing is you get started figuring that out. A second thing, not just for Sarit, but for all of us, once you've decided and found out what that thing is, are you helping others get involved in your dream? Because if it's just in here, just like in your head, and you're not actually bringing others along, it's going to be very hard for you to get the benefit of your friends and your network and your family, people who care deeply about you, who want nothing more than to help you succeed. So, you know, thing two is, what are you doing to share that? What are you doing to take steps to that and to help other people get excited about what it is that you're doing? It's important to listen to the feedback that will bring you closer to your ideas and ignore the feedback from the haters and the naysayers. You know, that's where you decide who you're going to spend time with. But by and large, I find that the people who are close to you will be supportive. And if they're not, I want you to put a pin in that and ignore the negative feedback. Focus on the people who can help you get your dreams to, you know, get one step closer to your dreams. And then the third thing is, you know, becoming a National Geographic photographer, or whatever your thing is those are big ideas. And, you know, that's going to be a multi-year journey for her. And presumably the thing that you want to do and the why behind it are also going to be multi-year journey. But the fact is that when you're on that journey, you have more energy and more passion and more vigor than ever before. And it's not about going from 0 to 100 miles an hour, and she's not going to become a National Geographic photographer overnight. But what's important is that she's doing something instead of nothing. The identifying, all that, the list making, the figuring out, that's all sort of like, that doesn't actually move the needle. Those are critical steps, but your job now is to do something, is to start taking small steps. I want to see her take some action, and, you know, probably you too. I think there's something, I'm just guessing that there's something in there in your head that you're not doing that you know is a great next step. All right, I think that about wraps it up. You know what I mean. Hey, whoa. Thank you for watching this video. I record videos every week. It'd be a good idea to subscribe if you care about creativity, about entrepreneurship, about building shit. If any of that is interesting to you, or the occasional badass new music that you've never heard before that I play on my tiny, tiny, tiny little guitar. I don't know if you can see it.